and positive vibes. And I want to start the video by thanking our returning subscribers and our new subscribers. We really value you. We appreciate you. We don't take you for granted, and we love you so much, because you are the reason we sit here every day and shoot this video. So thank you so much for tuning in to this channel. Today I want us to cross oceans, cross rivers, cross lakes, cross nations, and run to the land of beauty, the land we all love, the land of Jamaica. And today I want us to look at the people of Jamaica, fearless, cunning, determined people, people who do not lose hope, strong, and ready to conquer every obstacle to be who God destined them to be. The people of Jamaica have actually fought all the odds to be the most influential people in the whole world. They are cheered by everyone. And I want to show you the courage, the determination, the strength, and the resilience, and patience, and the hard work of the people of Jamaica. Before I go to highlight some of the things that make Jamaica to be seen as resilient people, not just seen, to be actually understood by the whole world as the most resilient people, the most perseverant. Is it the most people with the greatest, the people with the greatest perseverance, the people with the greatest perseverance and the greatest positivity when faced with calamities and when faced with hardships in life. We all in life face hardships, obstacles, afflictions, and that is why the Bible says, in the midst of afflictions, God promises to be with us, because God knew every one of us will face affliction, will face ups and downs of life, will face storms of life, and how we respond to these storms determines where we will go next, determines how people will view us, and it determines how people will judge us, and determines how our nations will be. Jamaica has gone through several adversaries and storms of life. But I want to show you how Jamaicans can actually overcome all the odds and stand firm and influence the whole world. And I want to start by telling you a story so that you may know Jamaica is actually influential in the midst of its ups and downs and the storms of life. There is this story that was told by a guy known as R.A.M. I know maybe you have heard about this guy because he's famous. So guys, it is said when reggae emerged in the late 1960s, it became, or rather it came as a cultural bombshell, not just in Jamaica, but in the whole world. Actually, even up to now, reggae music is actually a bombshell in the whole world. We have said in many videos that reggae music is played everywhere in the world, and it is known by the smallest person and the biggest person. I was talking about the resilience, the hard work, the determination, and the conquer spirit of the people of Jamaica. And before I tell you what the people of Jamaica has conquered and have remained strong, I wanted to narrate a story, and that is why I have started by saying the reggae music became actually a bombshell to the whole world, and it is actually a bombshell even up to today. The reggae music, for it to be where it is, there are people who worked hard, there are people who endured, there are people who waited patiently, there are people who put work into it to be where it is. And it is said the reggae music is known by the smallest and the mighty. And this story shows us how reggae music has evolved to be played by the cream de la cream of the world. And I want to narrate a story of the reggae music going even to the royal family. So let me start by saying the reggae music actually has played a very, very great role in the whole world. It has fought for people who are oppressed. It has spoken about peace and unity. It has influenced people to change their minds and their beliefs. And I want to highlight one person who has actually been influenced by the reggae music until he became an ambassador and what can I call him? Is it a preacher of the gospel of reggae? He could actually persuade people to love reggae music and to embrace it. He is none other than David Rodriguez. And it is said that he was given an award of MBE to mark 40 years as an ambassador and an influencer, or he could persuade people to love reggae music. So he was given this award to recognize him as an ambassador of reggae music and also a preacher of people to love reggae music. R.A.M, as he is known, tells a story of his trip to the Paris. So this guy was so influential that he could actually make a trip to the Paris. And he narrates one of the trips that he went to the Paris and says after the welcome and after he settled down, he was approached by the Prince Charles. Do you know who is Prince Charles? He is actually a royal. And Prince Charles asked him why he loves reggae music. And he asked him, don't you love reggae music? And the guy replied, I certainly do, sir. And Prince Charles responded, so do I. And he went ahead and said, I love Jamaica. Guys, this is something I saw and I imagined for a whole Prince of Wales to actually declare that he loves reggae music and loves Jamaica. Then this reggae music must have gone to a very, very high level of popularity and love by people. Can you imagine the prince, or rather the heir of the throne, actually declaring that he loves reggae, which is actually set by a Black Uhuru albums, music recorded by Black people. His revelation is not a surprise because from the shack to the stately home, Jamaica inspires extraordinary affection. Jamaica demands extraordinary affection from everyone. Jamaica commands respect from everyone. Jamaica commands admiration by everyone. And therefore, for Charles to declare his love of reggae music and his love of Jamaica as a country, this is something to actually embrace and celebrate about. Remember that it is said, I think Prince Harry went to Jamaica in one of his visits, I think honeymoon or something like that. And therefore this royal family really loves Jamaica because of its culture, because of its music. And this has not just come by chance. It's not a probability thing. It's because the people of Jamaica have proved once again and again that despite their island being small, despite the population being small, the Jamaicans are hardworking people, they are resilient people, they are determined people, they are people who can fight all the odds to be where they are. Jamaica has faced several calamities and they have come out strong to actually conquer the world. The previous video, I talked about how Jamaica has actually conquered the world by being pioneers in different fields. And I highlighted some of the Jamaicans that have actually beaten all the odds to be great people, influential people, admired people, respected people in the whole world. This is not just something that is gained by just sitting down and watching people. It's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, a lot of resilience, a lot of determination. Remember, Jamaicans from the days of slavery, when they were captured in West Africa and transported through thick and thin, through storms, through hunger, through long distance walks, through beatings, through punishment, they endured all that to be the hardest and the most resilient people in the whole world. The calamities that they faced during the phase of slavery taught them how to be determined, how to work hard, how to be resilient, how to persevere and become who God wants them to become. Jamaicans have already known that God has promised that we are small gods, but when we don't take our part as human beings, we die like mere men. They have refused to die like mere men and have taken the initiative to conquer the storms, to conquer the hardships, to conquer the ups and downs of their lives, to be who God destined them to be. And I want to highlight some of the calamities that have faced Jamaica that would actually have brought most of us down, but Jamaicans have gone through these storms and came out strong, came out more united, came out more loving each other and embracing each other and fighting their enemy as a common enemy to all of them. Remember, Jamaicans recently faced the Hurricane Beryl. And you'll find that Jamaica is prone to a lot of adversities, to a lot of, what can I call them? Calamities. It is prone to hurricane, it's prone to earthquakes, it is prone to landslides, it is prone to floods because it is in the hurricane belt and because of the mountains that surround it. Because of its natural location, Jamaica is prone to face or rather to be got by so many calamities. But we get surprised because it's not as prone as most of the countries in the Caribbean. We see that Jamaica does not actually go through severe of this because I think of its location irrespective of the other Caribbean islands. So Jamaica was faced with Hurricane Beryl the other day, actually this year. And all of us who love Jamaica were worried. What will happen? How will they be able to overcome this monster of a hurricane? And all the media stations in Jamaica went to announce how Jamaicans should keep safe in their respective houses and how they can move from the areas that are affected to the safe areas. And Jamaicans being strong and having strong faith, I could see in the comment section of all the videos that were capturing the preparedness of the hurricane, people just calling upon the name of God, praying and having faith that God will carry them through this storm. I love the people of Jamaica because I actually associate them with the people of Israel. The people of Israel used to face a lot of calamities. But in spite of all that, they stood strong knowing that the God who directs them, the God who actually leads them, is able to save them. So the Jamaicans all over there, four corners of the wind, they prayed and believed that the Hurricane Beryl is not going to affect them so much. And the Hurricane Beryl came, and of course it affected some of the properties of the people of Jamaica and the agricultural sector, but we found that it did not affect a lot of things like people prepared that it will do. It had retro damage compared to what the people maybe predicted. Apart from that, not many lives were lost. But irrespective of the minor destructions, the Hurricane brought to the Jamaican people, we saw them rising, actually clearing the beaches, working together, helping the ones that had been affected, and actually standing tall in the midst of that calamity. We saw Cora Smith, Kino, and other people actually going to the affected areas, helping the people to construct houses, helping the people affected to settle, and the spirit of unity in Jamaica overcame the Hurricane Beryl, and within a short time, Jamaica was smiling, Jamaica was moving up and down, Jamaica had gone back to its state. That is the spirit of the people who do not know what defeat is, what going down is. They stand tall, they stand firm, they stand united, and they rise up again from the storm and shake their bodies and move forward. Those are the Jamaicans for you. The other devastation that happened to Jamaica is, so in 1978, the country of Jamaica was actually faced with political havocs, political differences, political wars. And these differences would have actually led to civil war and threatened to break the country into two. And therefore, it was the concern to everybody that was actually seeing this. And that is why I've said, apart from the natural calamities, Jamaica faces other ups and downs of life, just like any other country. And it is said, this is the time Bob Marley rose. And during his concert, or during his set at the One Love Peace concert, he called the leaders of both political parties, and the leaders were Michael Manry and Edward Saga. And he called them and on stage, by the way, when he was performing, and he joined their hands in a show of unity. And the leaders later went to a meeting and actually talked and maintained peace, and actually told their supporters to maintain peace and to continue building the country. This is the power of unity. This is the power of positivity. How many political parties do you hear that after a musician talks to them, they actually put their differences aside and actually gets concerned to the welfare of the nation? This is what I'm talking about. The great characters of the people of Jamaica. For these two to agree to come together and talk about peace and talk about the restoration of Jamaica, it is actually putting their differences aside and also putting their desires and their self-motives apart so that they can unite the country. So this is what happened, which teaches us unity is power. Unity can take us to greater heights of prosperity and accountability. The other thing is that, remember, Jamaica is actually a country that is composed of people of different skin tones, religious backgrounds, and ethnic origins. But irrespective of all this, they have manifested the national motto out of many one people. So they have maintained their peace, they have maintained their love irrespective of the many differences of the people of Jamaica. They are known for their excellent creativity, their ability to express themselves and break through social and racial barriers so that they can actually grow their country to greater heights of prosperity and accountability. There is also another calamity that I saw Jamaicans went through, and they came out very, very strong. It was actually another hurricane that actually made several people to die. But the Jamaicans could not be put down by this calamity. I'm talking about the power, the fearlessness of the people of Jamaica, the courage, the resilience, the ability to wake up and shake themselves and move forward. So this was the Hurricane Gilbert. And it is said in September 12th, 1988, the perseverance of the people of Jamaica was tested again by the Hurricane Gilbert. This hurricane was slightly bigger than Hurricane Beryl. It caused a lot of havoc across the island and actually caused some deaths and some destructions of the property, and it actually was great. It is said that 45 people died and billions of dollars got into damage, and the people of Jamaica once again had to unite, restore, and rebuild. In spite of it all, the strength, the warmth, the pride of the people of Jamaica remained so strong. Irrespective of what they were going through, their natural joy did not avail. They woke up and they started assisting each other, and the people proved that they are indeed the heart and the soul of the island. They stood strong under this calamity, assisted one another, united, and actually stood firm and restored their land back to where it was before the hurricane. So this takes a strong people. This takes a resilient people. This takes fearless people. This takes determined people. This takes people that cannot lose hope. And these are the people of Jamaica. Several calamities has actually attacked Jamaica, like I had said. There has been droughts, there has been floods, there has been hurricanes, there have been earthquakes, like the one that attacked the portrayed. You remember, I think in 1692, and it really caused a lot of destruction in portrayed. But irrespective of all this, Jamaica has stood strong, Jamaica has stood resilient, Jamaica has stood positive, Jamaica has stood very united to overcome all the storms, all the hardships, to be who God has destined them to be. And we celebrate Jamaicans for going through the storm strong and coming out strong. It's not something that takes place every day. It takes people that actually have faith, that actually are strong, that actually are positive. And that is the people of Jamaica. Guys, this will be the end of the video. Thank you once again. See you during the next video. Bye-bye and God bless.